people. Hello. Hello. So lovely to see you. I'm glad you could make it. And as you can tell by Cape Town time, we're starting early. My name's Mark Sampson. We're here to celebrate the life of the wonderful David Leadbetter. What a man! South Africa has rarely seen such a gifted musician. And what he would have hated is that we have a worthy tribute where everybody sits in the concert hall, very quiet, looking at the musicians playing their instruments. Gak! He would have liked some wild, chaotic mayhem and some good music to celebrate what his life was. We expect some audience participation, some interaction, some stupid noises. Feel free to shout a stupid noise. Make a noise. Very good. Make a very stupid noise. And on this side, make an incredibly stupid noise. Seems to be mainly farmyards, which I don't know if you'd have approved of that, being a lifelong vegetarian. Vegetarians in, hands up. Life, this is why the proceeds will be going tonight to Tears Animal Rescue, a big animal lover. 40 years yeah, give it a round of applause for Tears. That's you guys supporting the animals. So don't eat the animals, be like me. Any vegans? That's the best though. Who are the vegans? Raise your hand, vegans. Check. Look, they haven't even got energy enough to do that. No, what? Hello? I'm vegetarian, but I'm not strict. I eat fish. What's that called? A hypocrite, you're right, yes. A hypocrite. I'm not strict. I eat fish and I eat chicken. And I eat lamb. And bacon. But I don't eat beef. I never eat beef unless somebody else is paying for it. I live in Kommetjie. I'm what you call an opportunivore. All the people from the deep south say yes? Yes! Please welcome these beautiful people from facing south. Give it up, come on. Raise your noise in. Does anybody want this mic?
Good evening. I'm Amanda Tiffin, if you didn't know that. You should know that, no. And Dave and I worked together many years, about 18 years. And we had this project called Facing South, because we both lived in the Deep South for some time. And then he had another project called Deep South. I was quite annoyed. But I guess it was his brand, the South thing. And the project was with this wonderful gentleman over here on the bass, Mr. Hein van der Schrik. And a beautiful Brazilian pianist and accordion player called Guilherme Ribeiro from São Paulo joined us for that project. It was wonderful. But obviously he's a bit far away. So I will be trying my best to play the piano on these songs. And we're very fortunate to have this lovely gentleman join us on guitar, Mr. Michael Bester. So this is one of the tracks off the album that Dave composed this music, and we all contributed music to the project, and he came with quite a few songs, and a couple of the songs he said to me, write some lyrics, and I wrote some lyrics for this piece, and I worked very hard on them, and I sent them off to him, and he said, no, that's not what I was after. He was quite rude. I was very upset. We had a little bit of an argument about it, and then I said, okay, well, then you can write the lyrics. So what happened with this piece, and it kind of worked out perfectly, was that the first verse is my lyrics, the first and second verse, and then the refrain is Dave's lyrics, and on the recording he sings that part, and I sing the other part. So it kind of worked out very beautifully in the end. But whenever I play the song or hear the song, I just remember being very annoyed. And earlier in the sound check today, I was chatting, we were playing it, and Ronan was sitting on the percussion, go, oh, Hidden Eye of the Sun, we know that song. I'm like, oh, you know that one? Yes, Dave and I had a fight about it. So it never made it on the album. So the song has a little bit of a history, but I think it turned out really, really beautifully, so we'd like to play it for you now. One, two, three.
It's the hidden eye of the sun. Come with me now and we'll turn the page together.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So the second song we'd like to play for you is one of my compositions. Well, it started off as my composition, and I brought it to Dave, and he put a Dave thing. See if you can see which part of the song is the Dave thing. I'm sure you'll recognize it if you know his music. So this song is dedicated to Michelle. This is Waiting for Stillness.
The past is close, and it stifles a yawn. It's hard to turn away, for it shapes each choice as I move through days. Far more detail. Now it's time to shift my focus and move on. Now it's time to shift my gaze, look forward. Now it's time to shift my focus and move on. Now it's time to breathe and let go. Waiting for time to begin. Looking for stillness and peace from within. Waiting for time to begin. Looking for stillness and peace from within. Ooh. may see myself in far more detail, waiting for time to begin, looking for stillness and peace from within, waiting for time to begin, looking for stillness and peace from within.
Thank you. Mike Baxter, Hein van der Gaai, thank you so much.
Come on, where are the animal noises? I don't hear any animal noises. People, today, it's all about uniting the people because that's what Dave did. That's what music does. It is another language. It is a language of love, of inspiration, of dreams, of imagination. It is the 12th language, as Marcus Wyatt so brilliantly said with his album in 2007. It is a language that unites us all. So we're all here together thanks to Dave Leadbetter tonight. So welcome this lovely young man here, Cedric van Den Schrik. Give him some love. Give him some love!
I had to coach him on my surname before because I knew, but he got it right. Well done, well done. No, jeez, full marks for you. So I came across Dave in 2004. I'd just come back from Europe, and I'd heard of him a long time before that because he was already a legend among musicians. And I was amazed to be projected into this situation where I was playing with the legendary Dave Leadbetter. And not only was I playing with him, but he was playing my songs, which was like amazing. Dave was such an open person. He just said, yeah, I want to jam your stuff. And so, yeah, we went on. I was living in Cape Town at the time, and we did a few acoustic gigs. And it was hard times to find the gigs, as most of you musicians know. It wasn't easy then. It's not easy now. But I was privileged to record some of those songs that Dave and I worked on. And I say Dave and I because I'm a pretty Philistine, simplistic musician. I come from a rock background and then kind of dabbled in all kinds of other things. And Dave would just look at me and say, yeah, that's a cool song, but why don't you try these chords? To this day, I have no idea what those chords are, but I still play them and use them in my compositions. It's a Dave chord, you know? And every time I play the chord, I think, yeah, man, thanks. This song is called Sans un regret in French, and Dave played beautifully on it, and Amanda's going to join me on it. Thank you. And just not to leave me alone. Elle lance le défi au diable, chante son humeur imparfait. Si les couleurs se ressemblent, c'est un mélange qui se défait sans un regret. Vivre sa vie sans un regret. Il écoute les conséquences d'une action sans remous, la raison et l'existence, extasié par le dégoût, sans un regret. Vivre sa vie sans un regret, sans un regret. La chance qui nous démange, qui nous file entre les doigts, sans un regret. Même quand on perd confiance, quand on perd le sens, notre assurance qui se défait. Ils ont perdu la conscience pour regagner l'intérêt. C'est sans aucune importance quand on tire le dernier trait, sans un regret. Vivre sa vie sans un regret. La vie c'est un grand présent, sans un futur, sans un passé. Et la tristesse c'est souvent le prix de la réalité, sans un regret. Vivre sa vie sans un regret, sans un regret. Le temps de conséquences, d'une nouvelle danse, d'un vieux tango, sans un regret. Même quand on perd confiance, sans un regret.
Le temps de conséquence d'une nouvelle danse, d'un vieux tango, sans un regret. Même quand on perd confiance, quand on perd le sens, notre assurance qui se défait, sans un regret.
Thank you, Amanda. So for those of you who speak French, that was sans un regret means with no regrets, which we all try and live like that, I guess we should. All right, so the next song, I wanted to kind of find an example of what me and Dave did together, because we did do those gigs and we did play my songs and my compositions, which was amazing. But then Dave kind of jumped on my wagon at the time, which was doing these crazy shows, which I have a very eclectic taste in music, and in my performances also came through. And Dave, I found out, was the right man, because a lot of you guys know Dave as the musicians, but I got to see Dave as the actor and the laughs on stage. And we did a show together called Songs Lost in Translation, where he would play guitar and piano. We even ended up with me as Don Quixote and him as Sancho Pancho singing. It was some really crazy times. But then we would move from that and go and do hard rock. We played at Rock Down Harare. I mean, playing Led Zeppelin and like hardcore stuff, you know, and he had these long hair and he would end up headbanging on stage. And that was amazing. And he was amazing because he could change styles of music, but if he liked the music, if there was a connection to it, then he really lit up. And I know that you guys would find this hard to believe, but there was a couple of things that me and Dave linked up on and really went poof. And one of them was Led Zeppelin, funny enough. He would just, I saw him once at a famous golfer who will remain nameless. So we were opening his wine farm, and we were having such a boring gig, and suddenly we launched into a whole lot of love, and Dave went from being quietly in the background to just jumping around like somebody had plugged him in. And the other thing that we really linked on was Jacques Brel, okay, which is a Belgian-French composer, and Frank Zappa, all right. And I thought that for the second song, I would put all those together, because Dave would be the only guy who would understand and say, yeah, man, let's do it.
Baby, baby, I'm gonna leave you. I said, babe, don't you know I'm gonna leave you? Leave you when the summertime, leave you when the summer comes a-rolling. Leave you when the summer comes along. Ne me quitte pas, il faut oublier, tout peut s'oublier, qui s'enfuit déjà. Oublier le temps des malentendus, le temps perdu à savoir comment oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois à coups de pourquoi le cœur du bonheur ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras reine. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. You know your mama and your daddy saying I'm no good for you. They call me dirty from the alley, and I don't know what to do. I get so tired of sneaking around just to get to your back door. I crawl past the garbage till your mama comes there screaming, don't come back no more. I can't take it, my guitar wants to kill your mama. My guitar wants to kill your mama. My guitar wants to burn your dad. I get real mean and it makes me mad. Come on. All right. Later I tried to call you. Your mama told me you weren't there. She called me not to come around till I cut off all my hair. I get so tired of sneaking around just to get to your back door. I crawl past the garbage till your mama comes out screaming, don't come back no more. I can't take it, my guitar wants to kill your mama. My guitar wants to kill your mama. My guitar wants to burn your dad. I get real mean and it makes me mad. My guitar wants to kill your mama. Thank you. Thanks, Dave, man.
Oh. You can do better than that. Give it up for Cedric van Den Schrik. Hey. Abigail Peterson. Gary Deacon. Gavin Minter. Give it up for Sambeeta.
Thank you so much. So we used to have a trio like this with Dave. I think I'm somebody who has very few words to say, so I'm going to allow the music to speak for itself. This is Caminhos Cruzados, crossing paths, and hopefully we will cross paths with Dave again.
Quando o coração que está cansado de sofrer encontra um coração também cansado de sofrer. chorar. Que dolor for eu, quem não tem terra se ensinar nas coisas do amor que ninguém pode explicar. Vem nós dois, vamos tentar um novo amor. Pode a saudade apagar, pode a saudade apagar, pode a saudade apagar.
Muito obrigada, Gary Deacon on guitar. Dave loved this one. Said it, let it. Said it, let it, said it, let it, said it, said it, eis aqui este sambinha, feita numa nota só, outras notas vão entrar, mas a base é uma só. Essa é outra consequência do que acabo de dizer. Como o som é consequência inevitável de você. Quantas vezes já por aí que fala tanto e não diz nada, não quase nada. Já me utilizei do rascão, no final não sobrou nada, não tem nada. E voltei pra minha nota, como eu volto pra você. E vou contar com minha nota, como eu gosto de você. E quem quer todas as notas, ré, mi, fá, sol, lá, si, dó, fica sempre sem nenhuma, fica numa nota só. So wait, la bo, say la be la be so la la be la bo pa o bo la le. Numa nota só, outras notas vão entrar, mas a base é uma só. Essa é outra consequência do que acabo de dizer. Como o som é consequência inevitável de você. Quantas vezes xixi por aí que fala tanto, não diz nada, não quase nada. Já me utilizei do rascão, no final não sobrou nada, não tem nada. E voltei pra minha nota, como eu volto pra você. Vou contar com minha On guitar, Gavin Minter on percussion, thank you so much.
So we used to. I actually went to choose this guitar with Dave. That's a true story. I was just starting to play again. He took me to Boston's. He played through a whole lot of guitars. They all sounded great because they were in his hands. And then he said to me, take this guitar. This is a great guitar. So, and the song talks about Carole King in the end. And it used to always say, and like Carole says, I'll come running. But Dave only said, like Carole says, I'll run coming. So I'm going to sing I'll Run Coming. Okay. Keep the fire burning. I will be coming home. Maybe not as soon as we'd like, but no sooner than we know. Light a candle for me. Sip a scotch and shed a tear. And though my heart is with you, as it is throughout the year, and dress up some villain, make sure Tom has got a beer, and wake up the children, tell them you heard a noise, not to fear. 'Cause when that big hand strikes on the 25th, there's no place I'd rather be than with you, my loves, standing next to me. And just before dawn, when tapestry's been cold, you can call out my name, and like Carol says, I'll run coming. Oh yeah, I come running. Tell Maureen I love her. That's mine. I know she knows, but it's nice to see it. Tell her all the good I have in me was offered in a loving way. And I thank you, Lord, for blessing me with a life so rich in love, and for bringing me to meet you, the ones I truly love. 'Cause when that big hand strikes on the 25th, there's no place I'd rather be than with you, my loves, standing next to me. And just before dawn, when tapestry's been cold, you can call out my name, and like David says, I'll come running. I'll come running. One more time. I'll come running. I'll run coming.
Oh, yes. Gavin Minter! Give it up for Gavin! That was beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now give it up for the closing act for the first half. Give it up for Deep South. Come on.
Right. Whoa. Is this thing? It is working. Good. The wonderful thing about being a musician is that you get to interact with a lot of interesting and wonderful people and collaborate with all these great artists that you meet along the way. And Mark Sampson, exactly. And then every now and again, a guy like Dave Leadbetter comes along and just pushes the boat out a little further. And you go, okay, wow, that is something I hadn't thought of or haven't heard yet. And in the 20-odd years that I worked with Dave, we shared an immense amount of music. And he taught me a lot about musicality, how to listen to music, how to create a groove, how to even understand what he was on about a lot of the time. I think everyone here can relate to that comment, because a lot of the time you would have Dave kind of explaining something to you, and then you would go, let's just play it rather and see what happens. And in the music, it always made sense, and that's what he was always best at, I think, is just playing the music. And I was lucky enough also to be able to learn a lot about the business of it, because I realized very quickly that Dave had something that needed to be recorded and had to be captured, because he was one of those guys who would end up on various sessions, but he never did his own thing, really. Or he hadn't done for ages. The Truly album, and then, you know, there was Scorpio Rising, and then that was kind of it for a while. And then I thankfully was able to get in quite close there and into a very vulnerable space with him. And we actually recorded 2 records together, and we're going to play 4, hopefully, of those tracks tonight with these wonderful people. In fact, the only guitar player that ever played that music is here tonight, Aldert du Toit. Thankfully. And Marcus played in the band on occasion as well, and Romy as well. It went through various incarnations of different people, but at the core of it, it was always me and Dave in the Deep South project, but it was just such a wonderful exploration of sound, really, and one of his more delicate projects. And yeah, I hope we get it right. Thank you guys for attempting. Thank you so much. Is there time for one more? Yeah? It's Monday night. I mean, what does it take to fill the Baxter on a Monday night? Give it up for Alder to toy on guitar one more time. Marcus Wyatt on the trumpet. And Rami Bradstedt on bass. And Dave, wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed it.
Come on, give it up for Deep South. So much love in the room. It's the interval now. Are you guys ready? Are you having fun? Yes? Hey! For Dave Leadbetter, what a wonderful man. I am honoured to have spent time with him, as we all are, hey? To have spent time with that man is an incredible honour. We were all blessed. So, I'll hand you over to Lynne. Lynne Poulsen, everybody, come on.
Hello, everybody. For most of you who know me, you will know that I don't often play this instrument, but I thought I'd bring a bit of Dave-ness to the moment, since he was a guitarist and pianist, and he taught me so much. He actually really encouraged me to learn a bit more guitar, so I do enjoy trying to get down and be a bit of a rock star sometimes. I feel very honored to be here tonight on the stage with this, the kind of company we're keeping here, this incredible tribe of people that were called Dave's friends, colleagues, fellow musicians, and even the tribe that are sitting in the audience tonight. I think it's a magnificent gathering. So I'm not going to talk for long. I just wanted to say, so the first song I'm doing is an original song that Dave really loved. That's why I'm doing it. It was one of his favorites. He called it the Robin Hood song. You'll see why. And he always used to say, Lynn, come, let's play the Robin Hood song. So I'm playing the Robin Hood song for him tonight. Okay, here we go.
Life is a lot like riding a bike. When you get used to it, you start to feel lighter. Tonight I felt real hard. The felt just like a kid again. But the cuts and the scrapes will heal, I guess. My ego too, and then I'm gonna get back up again. I'm gonna get back up, right back up again. I will do good, I will do good, just like Robin Hood. I'm gonna do good, I'm gonna be a part of the human race. And when it's over, I'm gonna see your face, I'm gonna see your face. Yeah, yeah, oh. I'm gonna live another movie, write another song, feel the hope, feel the pain, and try to get along with other people, even though it feels so hard. 'Cause when you walk a road like this, you don't always know where to start. So make it right again. Gonna make it right again. I will do good, I will do good, just like Robin Hood. I'm gonna do good, I'm gonna be a part of the human race. And when it's over, I'm gonna see your face, I'm gonna see your face, yeah. Oh, yeah. Your familiar face. Ooh. With you, my spirit's broken. With you, my hands are tied. But if you want to hear me sing, gotta let me fly. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, yeah. I will feel good, I will feel good, like I know I should. I'm gonna feel good, I'm gonna be a part of the human race. And when it's over, I'm gonna see your face, I'm gonna see your face, yeah. Whoa. Your familiar face. Thank you. All right, so when I was trying to decide which two songs to sing, I had so many ideas and I couldn't come up with my second song. And then I was going through some old papers and throwing out a whole lot of stuff, and I just found this song, which I remembered that I'd sung with Dave at a Barleycorn folk club. I couldn't remember how it went, but the lyrics were so beautiful, and I had to find out more about the song, so I phoned Michelle, and I said, "Do you know this song?" And she said, "Kind of, I don't really know, even if it's a Dave song." And we tracked it down. She sent me the MP3. I remembered it, and so I've chosen to sing this song because it's a song that Dave never sang. The only time it's ever been performed was when him and I did it at the Barleycorn Folk Club. So this is the second time it's been performed in front of people, and I really think that this song is what he's dying to say to us tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here to the piano and... I have this fantastic posse of musicians here, so I'm going to take you to the Celtic Highlands. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Steadfast and true as all dawning is near. Come down like an angel on the mountains of moon. On the west coast sing songs for the ages. In love shall we know through the rivers that flow, the unveiling of mystics and sages. Show you the ways of the light in all things. For to be is to know in the light of the now, and the always forever that this truth will bring. Come dance like an angel on the mountains of moon. On the west coast sing songs for the ages. In love shall we know through the rivers that flow, the unveiling of mystics and sages. Through the glow in your face and your unspoken word, I can feel you're a sentient being. And as clocks tick away and in sequence unfold, it's the joy of the moment you're seeing. As the greatest deception surrounds an illusion, in this world there are few who are free. To be still is to know, and in silence transform, to be all that you ever might be. Come dance like an angel on the mountains of moon. On the west coast sing songs for the ages. In love shall we know through the rivers that flow, the unveiling of mystics and sages. Come dance like an angel on the mountains of moon. On the west coast sing songs for the ages. In love shall we know through the rivers that flow, the unveiling of mystics and sages.
Thank you very much. Amy Batendorf on vocals. Kathleen Eggers on violin. Stanislav accordion. Michael Vester on guitar. And Ronan Skillen. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's such a wonderful thing to see all these people honoring Dave. And so just to say a few words why I'm here and what was my connection with Dave. I didn't know Dave as long as a lot of these guys that are on stage tonight knew him. I think it was maybe 2015, I don't know, 16, somewhere there, that eventually I got connected with Dave. I remember several years before that, great musician that most of you know him probably, but he's not part of the crew tonight, Charles Lazar. He said to me, listen, you have to connect with this guy. He's amazing. He plays guitar, piano, and he writes music. And so anyway, he told me the name. I've heard the name, but we didn't connect at that time. So the time came and there was a gig, and I said to Charles, who should I book? He said, Dave. Call him. Okay, so I phoned Dave Leadbetter. And of course, you know, he was very keen. He checked his diary. He was available. Then we got together, and then I discovered that there was a lot of things that connected us, and some of you might not know this. That's what I discovered, he had a soft spot for accordion players. You know, considering the kind of music that he was involved in and he wrote and arranged. So it turned out that he was very involved with Nico Carstens, the South African accordionist. And not for all his career, but one of the last projects of Nico Carstens, the Burakanga album, Dave not only played there, but he wrote most of the arrangements for that album. So, and that was the one accordion player. Then later he worked with that Brazilian accordionist that Amanda mentioned in the beginning, and myself, and probably others, but I don't know. And then there was another thing that even surprised me more. Me being from Bulgaria, he says to me, oh, I love this. It's a French cycle of CDs that were released I think in the 90s or late 80s. Translated in English, the cycle is called The Mystery of the Bulgarian Voices. So obviously it's in French, the title. And he knew so many of the songs. I didn't know some of the songs, so I was helping him with the pronunciation of the titles. So anyway, it shows you how educated Dave was when it comes to music. He was not a jazz musician, he was not a rock musician, he was a musician. He loved music, and that's what he lived for. And that's why we love him also, that we worked with him. And so anyway, him and I were working on a project that we wanted to do a little duo as just guitar and accordion with a lot of French flavor. And we even worked on a show that we did several times called Piaf Goes Instrumental. And then eventually in 2020, early 2020, I had the opportunity to do a gig where we could involve some of this music at Ode Libertas. The date was 2nd of February 2020. So it was a kind of one of those dates that doesn't matter how you turn it around, it's still a very interesting sequence of numbers. So we were rehearsing. It was about 6-piece band. We had on violin Pete De Beer, and then we had Dave, of course, on guitar, myself. We had Charles Lazar on bass and Lille van Gangen on drums. Yeah, so that was the band for that show. And as we rehearsed, I said to them, guys, I have a client that has been asking me to record an album with this kind of music. After this show, we're going to the studio. So COVID was not here yet. It was around the world, but not in South Africa. So anyway, we did the show. About a week later, we did one session, and then another week later, we did another session. And the musicians I mentioned earlier are on that album. And then I also asked for the second session, I asked Willy van Zyl on clarinet and saxophones. So the track has got these musicians. The CD is called, it's also CD and a USB. For those of you that say, I don't have a CD player anymore, can I download it? So I've got a version on a USB. It's called Swing Cafe, and yeah, so these are the artists that appear there. And while I was editing, which only happened beginning of 2022, I said to my friend Marek Pinsky, he always does my stuff with releasing albums. I said, I want to do something that I've never done before. He said, what is it? I said, I don't play with backing tracks, but I want to make backing tracks out of this. So we selected songs, and we removed the accordion from them. And tonight, and little I knew at that time that will give me an opportunity always to play with Dave when I use those tracks. So I've chosen the song that is the first song in the album called Swing Gitan. It's composed by a French gypsy guitarist, Angelo De Bare. And you'll hear on that track Dave Leadbetter on guitar, Willy van Zyl on clarinet, Charles Lazar on double bass, and Lille van Gangen on drums. And I'll play the accordion with them tonight. So let me just put this down. Thank you so much. And I had a little saying whenever I met Dave. I said, there's no better than Leadbetter. Thank you so much.
So expect some serious noise and love. Make her feel welcome. Give it up. Come on! Give it up for Michelle Maxwell. Come on, come on, come on. Some love. You got a mic. Are you okay? Good. That's right.
There we are. Hello, everybody, at last. Yes, properly and formally. You know, there are all these, so many things that one could possibly say about Dave. And in a sense, we all have our function here. And part of mine, what I would like to do and what I will do, is to talk about the theatrical side. The theatrical side of Dave, which is a slight, not as well known. We're going to fight, but we'll be very calm. The theatrical side of Dave, which is probably not as well known as his musical prowess, which is huge. And, you know, any of us could be sitting having a gentle conversation with Dave, and we might say a certain word, and that could trigger an avalanche of memorized Gilbert and Sullivan, or you name it, Monty Python and the Flying Circus. He had a prodigious, extraordinary memory. And one night after a gig, he said to me, why don't the two of us do a two-piano show with showbiz type music? and I was completely knocked out, because up until then, I'd really known Dave as folk, jazz, esoterica music. You know, it never occurred to me that he might like showbiz music. Was I wrong? The plethora of show tunes that Dave Leadbetter knew, from probably this high, because his mum was I think his mum was his mom was a singer, his dad played piano and was an actor. So he grew up with all of this. And the point of my introduction, as it were, is that Dave also loved theatre. He loved plays. He loved Shakespeare. In fact, Roland Skillen's dad used to host Shakespeare readings at his home in Muizenberg, and Dave would appear in these and read fabulously. I know, because I was there. So, getting to where I wanted to get to with this, if we would just not fight, because this is not going to go well. It's one night after gig, as I said, Dave said, let's do the showbiz show. And I was amazed, because he really just did know so much about it. And so slowly through the 90s, we sort of bibbed and bobbed, and we finally actually got it together to do the show called, very originally, No Biz Like Showbiz. And this actually toured. We went, quite honestly, we went sort of road trips around Plett and Hermanus and Joburg and everywhere. And it ended there, because all our lives separated. We did all sorts of things. We couldn't work together, still great friends. But anyway, Michelle, the wonderful Dave's Michelle, came out from the UK a couple of weeks ago, and she said, look what I have in my hot little hand. And here it is. It is the original writing of No Biz Like Showbiz that Dave had kept all these years. And I didn't have a copy. And she said, you must do something from it. So that was my theatrical arctracy introduction. Oh, please don't fight with me with this mic. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to, and I had to squaffle to learn this in the midst of a whole lot of things I'm doing. But here we go. And know that it was quite a long time ago. Thank you. Mwah. So, I think this is how it began. There's no biz like showbiz. Thus spake the immortal Irving Berlin in the 1930s about the perks and pitfalls of life on the road then. But in the year 2001, in the not-so-new South Africa, The perks and pitfalls of life on the road these days is more like this. The gangsters, the bokkies, the pagat, the cops, the freeway when you're on the road at dawn, the coffee, the slop chips, the great funny petrol, when we pull into Ultra City Shell. You'll bubble us as the sun begins to shine. Your cell phone starts to ring, you want to die. There's no people like us people. We just get up and go. Traveling through the train caroo is thrilling. SAFM on your radio. Have another Red Bull and you're chilling whilst we are thrilling about our show. There's no people like us people. We just get up and go. Even though last night I really got quite fraught. Just check me now, I'm too hot to trot. A ruck and pluck and fast trap is our sacred lot. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show. You're joking, right? I did my best. With so much encouragement from Michelle. She said people don't know about his theatrical side. I mean, that's a really sort of fun part of his theatrical side. But I think you get you get an idea now. I mean, you get an idea that his Shakespeare and his love of theatre, straight theatre, musicals. He was a very, very, very beautifully talented, all-round human being and mensch. So this was probably the standard that I thought I would do before Michelle and I had lunch, and she brought this. It's written by Leonard Bernstein and lyrics by Betty Comden. And Dave and I love this song, and I hope you do too. Where has the time all gone to? We haven't done half the things we want to. How well we'll catch up some other time. This day was just a token. There are so many words that are still unspoken. Oh, how well. We'll catch up some other time. Just when the fun is starting, comes a time for parting. But let's be glad for what we've had. And what's to come. There's so much more. Embracing, still to be done, but all time is racing. Oh, how well we'll catch up some other time.
Michelle Maxwell, everybody, the legend that is Michelle Maxwell! Wow. Next up's Tina. Wow, we're so blessed. What she said about Dave was so true. He always had a new joke for me. I can't remember any of them, but his jokes were never ending. And it's true, they say laughter is the best medicine, yes? Unless you're diabetic, then it's insulin. But I think laughter is the best medicine, but music is the best therapy, yeah? Whenever you're down, whenever you feel there's a problem in your life, when music happens, it changes you. It has the ability to change our perception of the world, which is an incredible thing. To have known somebody like this man that can change people's perception, can cheer people up, can change the way you think, your mood. Is Tina actually coming here or not? Okay, good, okay. I wondered for a while if you'd gone home. Please, give some love to Tina Schouw! Come on, Tina Schouw!
Good evening. It is so wonderful to be here this evening. I actually don't have anything really to say because, yeah, it's just wonderful to be here in the community of musicians that have grown me, grown us. And Dave was an integral part of who I've become as a musician. And so this evening, I can't play the songs that Dave and I did because he was a guitar virtuoso, and come on, man, you know, there's not many of them around. But the one thing that he encouraged me to do was to play my own music. And so that's what I'm going to do this evening. I'm going to be playing 2 of my songs. And I will begin with a song called Remember. For you, David. Remember to relax your heart. Remember, that's the way to start. Be brave, open wide that door, let the light shine in. It's how magic begins. Remember, take it easy, take it slow. Breathe, then let it go. You know what your heart is telling you. It's time to meet what's waiting for you. It's time to dive into the blue. Bird's eye takes in the perfect view. It's time, jump into the day. Be brave, say yes, and figure it out on the way. Remember to take your heart for a spin. Take it to the ocean, let the waves rush in. It loves being wild and being free. It's okay to let it play, just let it be. Remember, find the quiet, seek the still, and listen till you hear what your heart is telling you. It's time to meet what's waiting for you. It's time to dive into the blue. Bird's eye takes in the perfect view. It's time, jump into the day. Be brave, say yes, and figure it out on the way. Do ba ba do ba ba do ba dum ba ba do ba do ba do ba do ba 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 de do ba ba do ba de ba do ba de ba do ba do ba de ba ba do ba do ba de ba 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 do ba ba da da. It is time to dive into blue. Bird's eye takes in the perfect view. It's time, jump into the day. Be brave, say yes, and figure it out on the way. It's time, it's time, it's time. It is time, it's time. Jump into the day. Be brave, say yes, and figure it out on the way. Thank you. This is how you grow. Pause, take it slow. Find a spot of sun where you can come undone. Take yourself out there, breathe a new air. This is how you grow. This is how you walk, one step at a time. Though the wind may blow, though the wind may howl, take your aching heart out into the blue. That's all you need to do. It's not easy knowing what to do when the voices in your head are drowning you. Sometimes it's hard to find your way to the light of day. But here's a thread to hold on to. Every question has its answer due. Just give it time and it'll float up to you. This is how you find a way to let go. Go down to the sea. She loves company. Dive into her waves, 'cause she knows how to save souls. And when you there let go, darling, just give in. Let the waves break over you. Give in to the flow. You have to surrender. Let her turn what's hard to tender. Just let go. It's not easy knowing what to do, but you can't mend what you're holding tightly to. Rancor and hate burns no one else but you. Be a kindness, speak with warm intent. Be love's language, not its accent. Give love, 'cause a ripple effect. This is how you find a way to yourself. Find out who you are, your ancestry. Celebrate each life living inside you. Love them all. And once you love them all, each and every face, open up your eyes, turn your gaze outside, see family in every face you meet. This is how you love. Boundless love touches one and all, with no favor for the great, the small. Bias and hate burns no one else but you. Be a kindness, speak with warm intent. Be love's language, not its accent. Give love, 'cause the ripple effect. This is how you love. Open up your heart. Open hearts receive. Closed hearts bleed. Vulnerable and brave. Speak the words and say, I love you. This is how you love. Cast all fears aside. Open wide your arms. Be your love guide. Vulnerable and brave. It's the only way to be. This is how you love. Thank you so much.
To set the scene, picture 4 rich, successful, old musicians.
I think only one of those things applies.
At some vacation resort somewhere in Cape Town.
Kids today can't get them off their phones.
That's right, Aye, to be sure.
Exactly. Very passable, that. Very passable bit of babooty, that.
Nothing like a good glass of vintage Tussenberg, Dave?
Oh, you're right there, Dave.
Who'd have thought 30 years ago we'd all be sitting here drinking Chateau de Tassis, eh?
Aye. In them days, we were glad to have the price of a cup of rooibos.
A cup of cold rooibos.
Without milk or sugar?
Oh, rooibos.
In a filthy crack cup and all.
Oh, we never had a cup. We used to have to drink out of a rolled-up Cape Times.
The best we could manage was to suck on a damp copy of the Argus.
But you know, we were happy in them days, though we were poor.
Well, because we were poor.
Aye.
I was happier then and I had nothing. We used to live in this tiny old house with only a broken down piano with 3 missing keys.
Piano? You were lucky to have a piano. We used to share one busted up old keyboard, all 26 of us, no speaker, had to press our ears up against the speaker just to hear a sound.
You were lucky to have a keyboard. We had an ancient battered guitar with only 3 strings and all 96 of us waiting for a chance to play.
Oh, we used to dream of having 3-string guitar. Would have been a Gibson's 1968 Les Paul custom reissue to us. We used to play an old biscuit tin, found in rubbish tip. And we got woke up every morning by our bloody neighbours playing Phil Collins' Coming in the Air Tonight. Guitar?
Well, when I say piano, it was only a sheet of tarpaulin with 88 keys painted on it, but it was a piano to us.
We had to sell our keyboard. We had to go play on the railings on the side of a school gate.
You were lucky to have a gate. There were 150 of us playing a string stretched across a shoebox.
Cardboard box?
Aye.
You were lucky. We spent 3 months playing side of septic tank. We used to have to get up, 6 in the morning, eat a crust of stale bread, go to work down recording studio, 14 hours a week in, week out, for 50 cents a week, and when we got home, our dad would thrash us to sleep with his belt in 6/8 time.
Luxury. We used to have to meet at the school railings at 4 o'clock in the morning, clean the playground, eat an handful of hot gravel, work 20 hours a day in the studio for 10 cents a month, come home, and Dad would thrash us to sleep with a broken bottle in 11/8 time, if we were lucky.
Well, of course, we had it tough. We used to have to play a shoebox for 10 hours using our feet, then lick the road clean with a tongue. We ate 2 bits of cold gravel, worked 24 hours a day at studio for 5 cents every 4 years. And when we got home, our dad would slice us in 2, the accent changes, with a bread knife while whistling Michael Bolton's greatest hits, Michael Caine's greatest hits, all 2 of them.
My lady.
Right. I had to get up in the morning at 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before I went to bed, play a Kenny Rogers medley on a rusty bed spring with me Todger, work 29 hours a day down studio, pay producer for permission to come to work, and when we got home, our dad and our mother would kill us and dance about on our graves singing Forever in Love by Kenny G.
Oh. And you try telling that to the young musicians today, and they won't believe you.
No, they won't believe you.
No. Actually, I quite like Kenny G.
Fuck off.
What?
I know that Dave wanted desperately to get the Truly Fully Hey Shoo band back together at some point. We spoke about it a lot, and Davey, you finally did it. It was a little bit extreme, your method, but we're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to give it a go. It definitely worked, yeah.
I dream of it, having money. Of course, you're all rich now, aren't you?
So rich.
Yeah, Buddy's loaded. Look at him. You can tell by what he wears. He's got all the gear. Who's the richest out of all of you? Gavin, obviously. Gavin, yeah. Well, come on. Look, Gavin's minted. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
This is not speeded up. This is actual time.
The darkness, how I could read my head. Most of the creatures surrounding up there. Never hit the distance, I saw a shimmering one. Then gave me eyes of never. I stopped at the night. They just on the door. I saw the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be hell. This could be hell. They just on the whistling sign of the way. I was sitting down the corridor. Them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Anytime you can spend it here. And I'm 72 years dead. She's got the Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty people. She called friends. So I called to Gavin. I said, please bring my wife. We haven't had this spirit in 1989. So the spirit's called it. You can go to the corridor, you can either say, welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Anytime you can spend it here. When I was on the scene, we took very nice. We all just finished the scene right on the bus. And the boss said, let's get to the beast. Get to the scene, I was just going to get the beast. That's the way I've done the mill. You can check anytime, you can never leave. Welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Plenty of room to the Hotel California. Anytime you can spend here.
Once more for the Truly Fully Hey Shoo Wow
Hey Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Hey Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Every night, every day. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Hey Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Hey Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Sometimes green, sometimes gray. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Hey Shoo wow, wow Shoo hey. With a line of cocoa, shake it all off. elkaar, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. En een woord af van de tak, al die rukkers en die kak, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. En een paar daar dadelijk op, al die rukkers fokken op, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. Hey, yo, daar ben ik bij. Dus boomskate. Op paspoort die ons op toe pas. What's in my ashtray? You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. Said you don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. 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 Said you don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. You don't wanna know what's in my ashtray. En ik burned up alle bla, al die rukkers bij elkaar, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. En een burned up alle tak, al die rukkers in die kap, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. En een burned up alle kop, al die rukkers fok hem op, dus boomskate. Dus boomskate. Hey, yo, daar ben ik bij. Dus boomskate. Op wat wordt die ontkomen toe pas toe? In between the earth and heavens is a place I sometimes float. See me in them murky waters, trying to row my fishing boat. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Life in limbo, don't get low. A purgatory doesn't have a touch on it, so no, 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 no. So welcome to the great wide world. The lost souls float between the worlds. Everyone's the captain of the vessel as they row. Further that uncertainties, the only two we rarely get. All else is just water, and beneath the bridge must flow. But the senses just draw confused, and you don't know it. All the thoughts you think come back to you. Sons and fathers, hey, ifs and rathers. Welcome to the limbo, and it flows from me to you. In between the earth and heavens is a place I sometimes float. See me in the murky waters, trying to row my fishing boat. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Life in limbo does get lower. A purgatory doesn't have a touch on it, so no, no, no. Oh, you're confused and you don't know it. All those thoughts you think come back to you.
only been
20 years. Yeah. Not bad, all things considered. I can feel Dave, though. I can feel his expression looming over us. He's not happy. I think we're going to play one more song. But this is the first rehearsal Blake has had with us on the keys, so... Blake Hellaby. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. This night means a huge amount to a whole lot of people. And I'm sure Dave would have been I don't know how you would feel just seeing you all here to support him. It's a pity he couldn't join us. But really, thank you so much for coming. And for everyone who helped to put this on, everyone at UCT, everyone at the Baxter, Gav, Michelle, everyone who's done a lot of hard work. So thank you so much. We're gonna, you can clap.
He's minted. Is there an encore?
No, we barely got
I'm ready, I can
numbers.
do it. I can sing if you want. I don't give a duck. Give it up one more time, the truly fully Shoo World Band! And now for something completely different.
Oh, be kind to your web-footed friends, for the duck might be somebody's mother. She lives all alone in the swamp, where the weather is always damp. Well, you may think that this is the end. Well, it is.
Michelle, come up on stage. Michelle, come on.
I would just like to take this opportunity to thank all these amazing musicians for coming from far and wide to pay tribute to David. I think it's really done him proud, and I can't thank you all enough. And for all of you for coming to support. It means so much. Thank you so much. And for the organizing team, Gavin and Marcus and Ronan and Amanda, and everybody else at the Baxter, thank you so very much. Very much appreciated. Love you all.
You won't believe this, but this is who you've seen tonight. You have seen Cedric van Den Schrik, you've seen Kevin Gibson, Crick Lund, you've seen Buddy Wells, Marcus Wyatt, Graham Bayer, Tina Schouw, Ronan Skillen, Gavin Minter, you've seen Aldert Dutour, you've seen Blake Hellaby, you've seen Michael Bester, Hein Van Heen, Romy Brota Seth, Lynne Poulsen, Michelle Maxwell, Gary Deacon, Abigail Peterson, Stanislav Angelou, fucking Amy Campbell, and whoever the hell, Emma, who else? Tina Schouw, for fuck's sake, how's that for a night? Hey, how's that for a night? Yes, sir! David Leadbetter!